Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mai, and today's video is going to be this tiny baroque home, or kind of like tiny castle, or just kind of small fancy medieval cottage that I have built in the world of Windenburg. And I'm starting off with the shell. This is a tiny home, so it is only 64 tiles, so it's teeny tiny, but not micro. And I just kind of realized that you guys really like tiny homes, and I've been wanting to make some like different tiny homes in different styles for a while, and this one specifically, like this specific style, I've been wanting to build for a long time. And I've used a lot of items from Cottage Living, from Castle Estate Kit, from University as well. That's where the frieze and that really cute fence is from. And I don't know, I really love how it turned out. It's like super fancy inside, a lot of gold, a lot of like just, I don't know, I feel like if the person that lives here can afford all of the nice things inside of this house, they could probably afford a bigger home as well. But we're not going to get into that. Actually, what I do want to get into is, what do you guys think of this like not weathered roof, but of the kind of like straw roofing that I used for this? Because I wasn't sure if it was the right style or if it was kind of just like, I don't know, or if it wasn't working. I just didn't know how to make the roof look, and this one felt like the most time appropriate. Like, you know, like it felt like the most fitting for like the era that I'm going for. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think or what you would do differently. Also for the outs, like the patio tiling, I decided to use this one from, I want to say it came with Cottage Living. But yeah, I decided to use that one. I don't think I've ever used it before because it's so busy and it looks kind of unnatural sometimes, but it just felt whimsical, and I decided to use it for here, and I really like it. And I also used the fencing that I had used on the roof for like just to kind of, I don't know, finish off the patio there. And since I didn't really like how it looked with the edge of the like lot, or with the edge of the patio or the tiles, I decided to kind of fill it up with some of those bushes, and I really like how that looks. But we're also going to be working on the interior now, yay! And I used the wallpaper from Cozy Bistro Kit, which really wasn't on my radar for this build. I mean, I wasn't like expecting to use any items from there, but I really liked this gold strip on the wallpaper, and it just, I don't know, it fit perfectly, and I kind of love how it inspired the use of that marble flooring in the kitchen area, so I'm super content with that choice. And the one thing I did know that I wanted to use was this bed from Get Famous. I don't know why, I was like, if I'm making a fancy home, I really want to be able to use that bed. And I found these curtains from Vampires, which had the perfect like white and gold colors. See, this house is white and gold. It is not black and blue. I don't know if any of you guys are gonna get that reference, but yes, white and gold bed, which I loved. And I fit in that beautiful bookshelf from University, I want to say. And yeah, this house is just like kind of has like a touch of dark academia in it. And I don't know, there's definitely something about this house that I'm very obsessed with. And here I am, I was trying to pick some pillows for this bed just to make it feel a little bit cozier, or not this bed, this couch. So I decided to use those ones from Base Game that came in that weird event that the Sims team did, where you like got free items from just like logging into the game every day for like a month or something. I don't know, something weird. I still don't really know how I feel about that event, but I do love the pillows that came with it. And yeah, just create a little living room. I don't place like a TV or anything. For entertainment in this house, you have just like that bookshelf so you can read. And I do end up fitting in a grand piano, which is so wild. I like added this little alcove here because I thought originally that I wanted to make it a dining room, but when I was like looking at it, there was something in my head that just told me, you know what would be really cool? But I do that in a little bit, and also I couldn't really find plans that I wanted for like that door, so instead I made my own custom ones. I always love grabbing those urns and like sizing them up and adding a little like landscaping bush. But yeah, there you saw I added a piano from, I want to say that that's from Wedding Stories, but it's so beautiful and it fit so perfectly, and I don't know if you're going to see a lot of tiny homes with a grand piano inside. So I'm very proud of that one. And I was kind of struggling with rugs for a while, but I do figure it out, and I really like the colors that I chose and the styles. The one under the bed is from Base Game, and it's really one of my favorites, even the swatch too. And now we're working on the kitchen. I really like the kitchen. I was struggling a little bit between like the window placements and just where to put the appliances, but slowly but surely I do figure it out. And I use these appliances from Base Game, which I don't really understand how they're even Base Game items. That fridge and later on this like stove that kind of has like, I don't know, wood at the bottom. It's like very rustic, very vintage. And it was, I don't know, it feels very out of place with the other items that Base Game provided us with. Yeah, that sounds normal. It feels very out of place, but I don't know, it works in here. I'm not going to complain. I think that they're used in like the goth house or something. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. But I do also place some cabinets. This is a tiny house, so there's not like a lot of room for storage and stuff. So I did want to make sure that there was at least some illusion of storage, you know, since those cabinets aren't technically like usable as storage, which is kind of interesting. I don't actually know why you can't place items inside. I feel like that should be allowed. Like they can kind of function like bookshelves. I feel like it would especially work with cottage living items as well. Like you can put the flour and the sugar in there. I don't know. I mean, like fridges too. Like they all work where you just kind of like drag items inside. You don't have to see them or anything, but I feel like that would help. It would add a little bit of realism. And I do also place a garbage can. I feel like we don't really have a garbage can that fits this style, so I just used that one because I liked the swatch. I liked that the wood kind of made it blend in a little bit. It doesn't stick out too much. And I did get distracted while I was cluttering up the kitchen. Just in this dressing area, I added a mirror and I'm just kind of cluttering up that dresser. So again, it feels a little bit more lived in, a little bit more real. And I placed some books because they clearly love books. You know, in the tiny space that they have, they made sure to fit in a bookshelf. And we are going to be working on the bathroom, and the bathroom actually turns out really nice. There's like above the bathtub, I place some shelves and I just clutter up those shelves a lot and it makes it look just stunning. I really like how it turns out, and I really like the swatches in here too. And that mirror, I mean, that mirror is so fancy. It's from Base Game, but it's just like, I don't know, it's so detailed and ornate. I really love using it. But here is where we are going to be picking out the shelves. I am sorry, not sorry. I picked out the shelves from Cozy Bistro. Again, I can't get enough of these. I've placed them just everywhere. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's because they're new or if it's just because they are kind of perfect. Or maybe I'm just a little bit crazy. I mean, doesn't everybody kind of have like their favorite items? I'd love to know what your guys' like go-to items are, if there's just like something that you always use, or if it's, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I can't be the only person that just keeps repeating the use of one item, or even like one create a sim item. So like a shirt or an outfit that you just kind of give every single sim that you play with. I can't be the only one. I refuse to believe that I'm the only one. But I use a lot of items and like they're all in similar swatches over there. I really like how the bathroom turns out. But we are working on the outside now, and I do something really cool with this romantic garden arch. You'll see me move it over to the other side, but I place a bench under it so that it looks like, I don't know, it looks like one big piece, and I feel like it makes it look that much fancier. And I also add some string lights inside, which I've never actually done before, but I really, really like, and it just makes it look really cozy and like, I don't know, intimate, kind of, well, romantic and a little bit whimsical. So I really, really like how that looks. And I also place a wishing well. I wanted it to like place it outside of the patio area, so I was trying to find a little fence and figuring out a place where to actually place the fence, or sorry, not the fence, the gate. Instead, I just kind of cut a little bit of a hole out of the fencing that we have and just kind of make a little trail towards the wishing well, and I place a tree over it. I use these pink trees. They're like cherry blossoms. I think they're both Base Games, like the Base Game ones, the light one and the dark one. And I don't know, it feels really cute. Feels very romantic and again, magical, whimsical. I could say a bunch of words, they all mean the same thing. And something that I did in this build, which it's an item that I've never used before, are these thistles, which are from Romantic Garden stuff. I don't know why I've never used them before, but I use them in this yellow and green swatch, and I really like that. And here under this window, I thought about placing some planters, but instead I place this little marble bench that has all of that like moss on it, which looks really cool. And I also place a telescope just to really add to that whimsical romantic element, because obviously stargazing is super romantic. And I place again some more urns with this, like, I don't know if it's like the rose bush or it's like a baby's bottom bush. I don't know. It's one of those. And now I'm just going to be completing some of the landscaping. You saw me do this at the beginning, just when I made the shell, but now we're also going to be working on it, yeah, just to make it a little bit more detailed. I did like a very kind of general landscaping at the beginning, but now we're really getting into it, adding all of the low-lying pale flowers, which are my favorite, adding some rocks, which always help your builds look that much more like solid. It makes like the landscaping look so much more real, and adding some more of those thistle flowers or something. And of course, I love my terrain paint, shade that build in. And yeah, I think while I was doing this, I realized that that wall, I guess right now, yeah, it's to the right of the front door, yeah, that it was kind of missing some stuff. So I added those little balconies that I had placed on some other windows, which those ones are from Discover University as well. I really like them. I don't get to use them too often, but wow, we are at the screenshots. You'll get to see everything I've done in post-production here. And you can tell I added those kind of lattices with some greenery just on the edge of the frieze to add some life to that level, because it was definitely looking a little bit blank, especially compared to all of the landscaping that I had done elsewhere. So yeah, I definitely added some life, and I felt like it really elevated, added some color. But here we have our interior. I added a little tea set there on the coffee table, and I moved the flowers that I had on there to that little end table between the armchairs. And yeah, I didn't change it too much. I feel like I already added quite a few details while I was building, so the polishing wasn't too excessive. Maybe here in the kitchen though, I did add some like urns that I like to pretend hold like tea bags or cookies. And yeah, just a couple of little extra items that make it look a little bit more realistic, a little bit more lived in. And here we have our bathroom, which I really love. I don't know, it's just a bathroom, but I really like how it turned out. I'm pretty proud of it. And here we have our outdoor area, our patio, which is going to be the last space we see. Definitely a favorite, I think. And here we have our little wishing well area with that little path leading to it. I think it's so cute. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this build as much as I did. Bye buds, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, comment, and share with your friends. Talk to y'all soon. Bye!